That message right there.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live for Tac City Live, episode 79. We got Frank from Classic Army joining us again. We're talking about his cool new X9 toy he's brought out for us to check out and show off for you guys. But if you guys have questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. We'll get to those questions very soon. But you guys know how we start this off. All the housekeeping's got to get done here. We're on episode 79, but if you guys want to follow us on any of the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or Vero, it's at Tac City Airsoft. So definitely join us there if you guys do not already follow us.
How do you guys like Vero? Anybody out there like Vero?
I'm kind of over it already. Yeah. I'm
getting notices that we keep getting followers.
Yeah. I mean, I jumped on, but I really haven't paid attention to it. I don't know if it was one of those ones that kind of did this and then just like,
yay.
Yeah, everyone over it. But restock for what we got in this week. We're getting a couple new things not new things, but restocked from Evike tomorrow. We got some high kappa mags coming in for AW. We got some AW pistols. We've got some parts up in the tech department, some crazy jet barrels. I know you guys have been looking for those. Blowback units for the high kappa builds. We got TLR3s in for your guys' compact pistols. They work on any pistol, but a lot of you guys like them on your compacts. And then hard pistol cases as well came in.
From Plano,
nothing new to the store, but I mean, besides this guy here coming out soon, not in store quite yet, but that's one of the new things we'll be talking about today. That's the Classic Army X9. And low stock wise, we're always low on stock, guys. There's always stuff selling out, and you guys just got to get in here. But nothing like precedent that like we need to like let you guys know on. But events coming up. We're getting ready to get into our summer hours. June 18th, that's a Monday. We'll be starting to open Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. That's an extra 2 hours of play. There's no increase in price. It's the same price. Yes.
It's $20.
Oh, it is $20.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I misread that one. It is $20.
Once again, you're fired.
There it was. I knew it was coming. That was early in the show already, guys.
That's a fireable offense.
Yeah, $20 for entry on those days there. But that's on June 18th. And then June 17th, that Sunday just before, is our next Speed QB event. That will be broadcasting. We've got some new cool toys that we'll be running for you guys. Even today, oh, you know what? Let me kick over. For you guys watching Facebook, you guys can actually see the field picture-in-picture right now.
Yeah.
So there's actually a little picture-in-picture for you guys on Facebook to see how that field play is going down right now.
Nice.
We're stepping it up here. You were here about 4 weeks ago. Yeah. Thank you, Jordan.
Job security.
4 weeks ago, and it's changed completely since you were here the last time.
Well, for episode 79?
79.
Damn,
it took us a while. I know, right?
Jeez, took us long enough.
And then Kids Boot Camp is going to be on June 24th. Again, guys, if you guys aren't familiar with that, that is a boot camp for 10 to 16 years of age. Free pizza included with your admission. It is $30 and get rentals as well. So if you guys are just getting started, don't have any of the gear, come down, get trained by some of the field players, some of our refs, and sometimes some celebrity guests as well show up. But definitely June 24th. Do we know if Tac City's Air is going to be down for this one? Maybe, maybe not.
Possibly.
Yeah, I know she was down for one of the last ones.
Yeah, we're looking to gear her up. We're working on some details, but very soon we'll announce she'll be taking a visit to Evike Superstore.
Yeah.
And getting decked out from head to toe.
Going live, listening to your guys'.
And you guys are going to get to chime in and say if you like, what kind of gloves she should get, plate carriers, no plate carriers, what kind of pistol, rifle, the whole 9 yards. We're going to deck her out completely. Helmet, no helmet, full mask, goggles only, whatever, right? And that'll be shot live with Evike Matt from the Evike Superstore.
I'm loving Classic Army's comments right now. I'm looking at their comments.
I'm listening to you guys kind of lay out this thing, and I'm just kind of thinking, like,
how do we chime in?
How bad can this actually get where the people on the interwebs is saying, no, get that. You know what?
Yeah,
just forget it. You don't need to wear anything.
I'm sure we'll get that.
But we've got the biggest announcement is next Wednesday, June 13th, guys. Pistol Shotgun Night. It will be our 80th episode, but that's not the big news. We're actually going to be only $5 for entry, guys. So if you guys want to come down and play for $5, Pistol Shotgun Night, you guys get to play from 5 to 10 o'clock. Only $5, guys. Definitely come early because it will start to get crowded very quickly in here on those $5 days. And then still we're doing every day. The first person who's in line receives a free gift. I don't know what today's gift. Again, I always forget to check what the daily gift was today, but it is one of those things where every day we get something new. There's been a bunch of stuff we've given out. I think one of the big things was boots we've given out in the past.
Boots,
we've given out
tactical pins, T-shirts, hats,
magazines, all kinds of cool
calendars.
Stuff. But I do want to mention, guys, if you guys don't realize what I'm wearing my Wounded Dog. Jeez, that was a Warrior Dog Foundation. I did it the best.
Did your mommy dress you today? Did you know what shirt?
I've been saying Wounded Warrior the whole time, and Warrior Dog. So now I went with both in it. Warrior Dog Foundation. I'm sorry, guys. That was our charity event this Saturday. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Everyone who attended, thank you so much. We were able to raise just about $6,000, and we still have some T-shirts downstairs.
Some of these event T-shirts.
Yeah, and they are $10 flat, and all those proceeds go right back to the organization.
And we're looking to do this event again, probably in the end of the year sometime.
You kind of hinted on some stuff.
For those that were in attendance this last Saturday during the dog bite suit demonstration, which seems to be like the highlight. Everybody loved watching the poor guy get torn to shreds. There was a clamoring for me to get thrown in the dog suit. And I declined, of course, at that point. But I made a promise, and it's on video, on tape, and
it's archived.
So next event, I will be in a dog bite suit.
Yeah, so you're going to do a little bit of training, get a little bit of practice, and then you get yourself thrown in there.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. I'll be paying big money to come down to see that one, yeah.
It's better than a duck booth.
Yeah, I think we'll put the GoPro camera on you.
I think we should see if people are willing to donate to see that.
Frank, do you work for me? Because if you weren't, you're fired.
Hey, it's for the cause.
It's for the cause. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that's what we do. The more they donate, the less protection he gets to wear.
Oh.
Okay. Do it in a Speedo?
Yeah. If we raise...
Oh, God.
Oh, how much? Do we go 100,000? You wear Speedo?
100,000?
Wait.
It would take that. So you guys are a bunch of cheapskates, so I don't think that would happen.
As you guys know, we got 6 months to plan for it.
Next thing you have GoFundMe pages.
GoFundMe pages. To... Oh, man. See what you opened up? You opened up a bag of worms here.
Anyways, it was a good event. Very, they loved coming out. It was a great cause, and we're looking at the next event. Have Mike Ritlin, the founder of the organization, come out. Very busy guy, but because of the success of this, I think we can get him for the next event.
Nice.
It'd be great.
Awesome. Nice. So let's get into the discussion with you guys. There's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about, but we'll start off here with why Frank's down here for sure, showing off this new X9. Got a chance to hold it. It's pretty awesome. You fired a couple shots out of it. It's very snappy sounding, but I like the mag release already. It's much better than some of the other ones we've seen on the field in this kind of style. But definitely let us know a little bit what you got going there.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure everybody has seen kind of like what we've been putting around in our SHOT Show, the Nemesis. There are very, very few changes. We added a little mount right here for a sling, so you can attach a sling to it.
Nice little touch.
But in general, it still retains a lot of the same functions. There wasn't really much we need to kind of change on the Nemesis X9s. We did decide to go with bushings on this model instead of the bearings that are on the other Nemesis models. We've been noticing a lot of CQB players really like the high rate of fire stuff.
Of course.
Bushings are just more stable for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're testing that out on the X9 just to see how it does. All the other internal parts are going to be the same as all the Nemesis series. You know, so it's got fully upgraded internals, and this is actually going to be the first Nemesis that'll have the upgraded gear sets on them too. So now, before, what I was saying in the Nemesis, you know, if I were to replace anything, it would be the gear set. Now there is absolutely nothing you need to replace unless you're trying to go for different performance characteristics.
You know, there's aesthetically, it looks, there's a lot of little touches to that really stand out. They really note, I mean, from the magwell, it's serrated a little in the front. It's got some texture. The grip itself feels really comfortable. The front end, the rail system, how it's got like a little V cut out to the front of it, right? The flash hider has a unique shape.
Yeah, a lot of them is just kind of like styling cues that are currently already on other classic Army models that kind of made it onto this model. But yeah, instead of just having it completely straight here, just cross cut, we decided to do like ball mills up front to kind of match up with the ball mills on the grip on the Nemesis.
Pretty sleek, I think.
And then this actually is our redesigned PDW stock. So away goes the old Nemesis stock, and Nemesis, other Nemesis models eventually with PDW stock will come with the same stock. And just like most other companies, if you currently own a Nemesis and you pick up an X9, the upper receivers are going to be interchangeable too.
So, FPS-wise, CQB friendly, or will we be seeing downgrades?
This model is currently shooting about 360, 370.
Okay.
Yeah. It uses these use actually standard cylinders because you don't need the bore-up cylinders like some of the other models are using. And then the port's actually halfway down the cylinder. So, I mean, it's already calculated for the correct air volume. This thing at its FPS level launches a 2.5, pretty similar distances as some of the bigger guys, the regular Nemesis guys. So, it's not strictly a CQB.
Yeah.
It's good too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of those,
you lose about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, like, barrel size doesn't matter in a lot of cases with Airsoft. You can get a short barrel that shoots the same distance as some of the sniper rifles out there. It's about the internal tuning, but knowing that it has a short barrel and hitting that range about some of those full-size barrels gives you that extra confidence that you might kind of feel of, like,
so, like, if this is your first gun, you can still take it out on a field and use it, and you're not going to lose too much range.
Same quick change option as the other Nemesis lines.
Yeah. Except with the PDW stock, it's a little bit more involved, but it's not like something where you have to pull the mech box out of the the lower receiver.
Awesome. So it still makes it easy. The whole just back end has to come off so that you can get to it.
I got a chance to try it out at the event Saturday. We had to,
one of the GI guys were down here. Yeah,
it was really right on. It was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Good
and
trigger pull.
Definitely felt very snappy. It was a lot of fun. We were going to run it for our little shooting competition. They wanted to let everyone try it out there. The battery died on him though before he could get it. So he's like, well, in best intentions. Which it totally. It was one of those things. He was playing with it all day already, and then the battery was like, well, I didn't bring an extra battery. Well, no big deal. We'll get another chance to mess around with it. I did see a question that came in here real quick about what. Days are we going to be doing Milsim Full Force nights, and that's Monday night is our Milsim Mondays. So Full Force is on some of those games, not all of the games. I don't remember who was there. And then Jasmine, I swear Jasmine, that's my niece or cousin, sorry, talking over here. She knows what guns I have. She's the one that I've got her. She's got a little custom Glock 23 that I sticker bombed the slide for her. She's got her pink mechanics gloves, and she's out here playing with us as well.
Nice.
But thanks for watching, Jazz. But any other questions coming in that we might have lost here because we restarted the Instagram? Send those questions again through there so we can get any of those questions out. But as far as magazines, one of the coolest things that I think you guys are offering is your design of magazines work on other guns out there as well.
Yes.
Now, their magazines don't work on yours, but yours are something that you can just buy your magazines and 120 rounds.
Yeah, 120 round capacity, and we did design them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so
we don't really have to be shy about it. It's this or the ARP9.
So here's one of the questions I kind of had going into today's conversation was innovation like this. We don't see a lot of companies really putting out the money to start recreating some stuff. So what was the push to get this out, and how do other customers, how do other players start getting notice of like other guns that they might want to see out there from you guys?
Well, everybody kind of saw the success of the ARP9.
Okay.
And it's kind of weird where the 9mm platform, like, all of a sudden got popular at. Is kind of, it's a little weird to me. May have came from the firearm industry. I really don't know, because we talked about it last time. There's been retrofit kits as far back as 15 years ago to run
MP5,
well, not MP5s, but AR 9mm.
Okay.
They're all retrofit kits, out there, but just no one really ever did it.
Yeah.
So I think it was a need to have a platform that everybody kind of knows, everybody's used to, but still have it be a little bit different, a little bit unique.
Yeah. I know in the real steel world, the 9mm and the 45 kind of came from the idea of cost of ammo going up, and they thought training weapons, we can have a gun that was a little bit cheaper. So is it maybe a good idea that maybe the real steel world is kind of influencing the airsoft world a little bit?
It may have been that, but as far as like a pistol caliber carbine in the real firearm world, not necessarily for training.
Yeah,
I would say, because I mean you're literally using
changing a different mag, yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say less of the training side, more of kind of like the planking side.
Okay.
A little bit.
Just to save some money that way, yeah.
Yeah, but then, you know, that kind of crossover from some of the submachine gun stuff that runs pistol caliber, rounds. But I really saw the 9mm stuff start, getting popular was when USPSA added that PCC. Was it class? So now those are the Scorpion Evos, the MPXs, the 9mm ARs. Seen a couple Chris Vectors out there.
I mean, in the airsoft world, the weaknesses were always the mags.
They were always the mags, yeah. But another thing too, before the industry, everybody pretty much used high caps. This is not really meant to be a high cap.
Yeah,
but then again, it's 120 rounds, which is awesome compared to.
So I was saying it before we started the show, is the best part about this guy is for like a Speed QB environment, the amount of magazines you can actually carry, because you basically can fit 2 of those magazines in one pouch of an M4 space.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome, because now I can really put a bunch of rounds down, and because it has the range as just a regular rifle, I can be the rifleman in the back and have so many more rounds to just give that cover fire for my guys.
And they may fit in some pistol mag pouches as well.
They will definitely fit in the HSGI like taco pouches. They'll fit just fine in there, because it's a standard like Glock kind of style magazine, a 9mm type of magazine. So I mean, even the base plate.
Say that.
I mean,
why not?
I mean, the base plate has that similar. I mean, looking. I imagine we can modify some of the PTS fast pull to fit on there, kind of thing.
That might actually be an idea.
Right? Now he's thinking about it. Wait, cut the broadcast. Cut the broadcast. Shut it off.
So themselves will fit too.
Yeah, the Speed QB pouches will fit for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of options when it comes to that style of magazine to be able to house that. So yeah, you can. Like, I probably could see someone carrying 20 of those around their belt.
You probably,
and just let the rounds rip down.
Even if they don't need 20 of them.
Yeah. Well, I know one of our players here who's one of our techs, I'm not going to name names, Adrian. He usually runs 14 magazines when he's out there playing, Adrian. Yeah. But he's one of the back rifle guys, and so he's putting suppressive fire down on bunkers. And
because he can't shoot the side of a barn, so he has to be a back guy.
Well, he's a decent shot. He's better than some of the players on their team. Yeah. That one shot, one kill. Not quite one shot, right?
Remains to be seen.
Oh, I love you guys out there. I know I'm going to get hate from all our guys out there on that one. But let's see what's going on here. We got any questions coming in? Chime in here. Whoops. Dang it. I just lost it again. Did it again. Went too far. Well, they'll come back with some questions here. All right.
Does it keep resetting? Or?
Well, because we kick past it, it resets the questions that are there because we go to the next thing. So I got a will that says "Wow." I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, because I'm talking about it's our play. It's our will. I didn't realize what will it was, but yes.
So is that the guy?
From their team as well. See, so I knew I was going to get some hate, but thanks for watching, Will. But when can we expect this guy to hit the shelves?
Shipment is gonna be leaving late this month. So I was telling Sonny earlier, if everything goes good,
so you never know,
we should see it in mid-July.
In case there's like a typhoon somewhere in the ocean.
Best case scenario.
That
is like our container was the last few containers that would fill up this container ship and it sells. Right? Yeah. If we were one of the first containers, then we gotta wait for that ship to fill up before it sells. Yeah.
That's the best part. The airsoft community thinks like you can just go and pick it off the shelf and it's ready to go. Here you go.
And then there's customs, you never know. It's very arbitrary. Like all of a sudden,
Yeah,
that's a big one.
I mean, we've seen it with a lot of the latest releases from a lot of the gun companies that have been coming out from what they showed at SHOT Show and when they were seeing them now.
Right.
It's like, they were here on this date. Well, no, we got to postpone it for another month. Or we got to. So we're hoping for July. That's the game plan. But should be right around midsummer for us to give us that gameplay with it.
Just to let everybody know, it's the first shipment is going to be a very, very limited supply.
Yeah,
normally is.
So pre-orders are available on some sites.
Pre-orders are available, but I really need to get.
So on that same note, I was talking about this earlier. Once we get some in, look to see them as part of our rental fleet. Yeah. And once again, if you rent it and you like it, the rental price goes towards the purchase of a brand new one. Yeah. So what do you got to lose?
We got X9 drum mag. Anything like that in the works?
I believe we are working on the drum mag.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then Miguel with the question on the Milsim Full Force. Monday nights is our Milsim Mondays, and there are Full Force games mixed in between the games on Monday nights. It's not all Full Force. Let me see the gun real quick. I would cut over to the close-up for these guys on Facebook so they can actually see. I'm going to kick this magazine out.
I really like the feel of the grip for some reason. I don't know what makes it so different.
You've got all that detail there
seems like
in
it's
front of that. Over there on the Facebook side of it, you guys can see.
It looks like a standard like M16, but it's
there. You guys go.
It's a little fuller. And then, it's not a square, and you don't have any parts.
It's got like a SIG kind of feel to it,
kind
right?
Of collapses down for you guys to get real nice and tight. I can't quite. If we get there, you guys. It's in the full screen, right there. And then, but you've got this, and then go ahead.
Am I in screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so battery compartment right there. You have the sling mount hook
right there,
loop right there.
Perfect.
And then to get into the battery compartment, you flip this lever and you just pull out, and this whole plate.
And the whole plate comes out. Look at that. So
all
that space. What do you get? 11 volt, 11-1 battery, like one of the 1200 sticks.
1200 stick. Yeah.
Would fit in there just fine. The 7.4 sticks would fit in there just perfectly.
Easily, yeah.
No problem there. But yeah, super awesome. That was very easy. Let's see. Let's see how easy it is for me to just put it on, not doing it. Look at that. That was easy. That was too easy.
Right on, yeah.
It's like I know what I'm doing, right?
Something that they can't tell from the screen. It's got some heft to it.
Yeah. It does.
It's built like a tank.
Ambidextrous also for the.
I didn't know that.
The selectors.
For the selectors there. And then you've got your mag release traditional. The mag release feels so nice. Here, I'll hand that back over to you guys. We'll go back over to this one.
You know, that would look really nice with a nice flash hider, too.
It will.
Like a little mini silencer or suppressor. Or...
Yeah, there's going to be some. Maybe like a shorter one. Kind of like a stubby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's perfect size for that Ace Tech tracer to go just right inside of there and look real nice and just get that tracer unit. That's the ticket right now is tracer units, and so it's one of those things where
are those starting to get kind of more popular?
So we were talking about this earlier. Is
one of the discussion we want to have with you actually.
I should
so there's a couple things we're mowing over here at TAC. Is BBs for Speed QB? I'm toying with the idea of making tracer BBs and tracer units mandatory for all Speed QB games. And reason why, twofold. One, as far as refereeing and for spectators to see where the BBs are going, or if they're hitting targets or not, it makes it a lot easier and very defined. Two, the optics of it for marketing purposes, for people to see tracer units, BBs going all over the place, it would just make the sport look awesome, right? So that's one thing. And the second thing is we're toying the idea of making possibly TAC City a field BBs only. Just trying to see what people think about that. Obviously, if we don't gouge them in price and whatnot, what do you guys think about that? Because we're looking to have a special color for our BBs so that people know that we know what the weight is, so no one can try to sneak in there with heavier BBs.
Yeah,
just a thought. But what do you want to know? What people?
Yeah, we want to know what you guys watching think. If that's something, have you experienced any fields out there that you've gone to that you were like restricted to just use their BBs?
I actually have a few fields that want to do their own BB. And they've been they were asking me about mine, and then they're trying to get a price going on how many BBs you need to buy. to have your own specific kind of like formula and color
Right.
and stuff like that. And it's usually more than what they actually want to buy at any given time.
So what I'm looking to, my thing, every time I come up with a policy or rule change, whatever, is I want to get a feel for what the players want first.
Yeah.
And if it's something that they're open to, I've talked to a few field owners across the country that, hey, look, if we all kind of pull together, meaning if Terry in Oregon has a certain color BB and I use the same color, so we all get a better price on that same batch, and we're not regionally right next to each other, we're getting them mixed up, we can have some buying power.
Yeah.
So we get 3 or 4 fields.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you get a couple fields together and stuff. Yeah. Then
And
you
possibly
can
even
probably
do
make
that with
something
glow in the
happen.
dark too, because I know glow in the dark BBs are more expensive because in the BB market there's just there hasn't been a big enough demand for them, so the price is higher. But as they become more popular, I'm sure that price will start going down, and they'll be reducing more.
Yeah, it might be also maybe the formula.
I don't know. I mean, but but obviously, if there's a greater demand, we can buy them in bigger quantities, right?
Right. Miguel's asking, are we doing an event, a Milsim event kind of thing? We don't have anything kind of
Nothing,
scheduled
not yet,
anytime
no.
soon for something like that.
We have the Ep79 three gun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them both mixed up. I have that coming up. Don't have a hard date yet confirmed. Aftershock.
Aftershock. We got Speed QB Clinic.
And yes, yes we do. That'll be hopefully we'll know by probably the end of the week.
Yeah.
July. And the Speed QB Clinic will be for the advanced players. New players are welcome as well, but it's more geared toward the competing Speed QB player who plays but wants to up their game and learn some more strategy, team dynamics, communication, some skills that'll kind of take it to the next level. And we'll have some guest instructors from other teams to share their specialties as far as, because every player has certain skill sets that are different from other players, and I want to bring guys in that kind of like talk about communication, talk about back play, talk about whatever center bunker play, things of that nature. And I've been getting a lot of emails about having something like this. Coaching teams, but I can't, like I said, I told you before, I can't coach teams individually because there'd be a conflict of interest. Yeah. But I can help coach a bunch of teams or represent a bunch of teams, so it's common knowledge at that point.
Yeah. Ochoa 65 says HSP with paintball. I think he was referring to like they have to use their paint. Right. So I know that's in the paintball world. A lot of paintball fields required.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like a new.
The problem with that, because when paintball industry, it's pretty common. Not 100%, but it's pretty common. Problem, at least in the paintball industry, the downside is the quality of the paint that they're forced to buy. Because even with quality paint that has a good reputation, from box to box, pallet to pallet, you could get bad batch, and now you're stuck with bad paint.
Yeah.
And they're such a brittle, and it's with BBs, there's basically
3 companies.
BBs from the factory that makes them really bad, and then there's only basically almost 2 choices. Yeah. As long as it's a quality BB, because I don't want to be selling BBs that are shattering and
everything we sell here has been quality BBs. We don't put out BBs that are problems, and when we come across a problem BB, they get out of our store right away. We don't want them here, kind of thing.
So it would be a quality BB and a BB that I know you guys already love. Yeah. I base it on our sales, so. But a different color.
And then he also commented the tracer unit idea sounds dope. It really does look cool from our perspective up top when we watch it. So seeing like a lot more players, and then even
that can get pretty intense down there too.
Yeah,
because a lot of times you don't actually, you just hear the BBs.
And all of a sudden you see like streams.
Yeah, you see your stream, but you hear everybody else's BBs. Now with the lights.
As play, the lights will be lit. It'll be lit because the technology's so good right now compared to before. We've seen it. Yeah. In regular lit arenas,
you can still see that green.
And that's what I'm getting at, not in the dark, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't.
But here's
have to be too dark.
An idea I have with it. If we do go that route, is doing a video of 2 teams going at it, and the same 2 teams doing it with tracers.
So you can see that.
Side.
That's a cool idea.
I mean, we should just test it. We should just have to put it together. Yeah. And then we do have a question. I'm butchering the name,
Of course
buddy.
you are.
Yeah, Mateen Takahai. I'm not sure, but next boot camp for kids is June 24th, buddy. Sorry that I'm butchering the name there. What gun do you prefer for beginners for a good price? You guys have your skirmish line. That is pretty solid because you guys are coming with the electronic trigger unit inside of it. It's very snappy. I actually had somebody messing around with one yesterday in the pro shop, and I go, look at this compared to this and the price range, and he goes, oh man, like I could do this. Yeah,
it's got the most features, I think,
and then
in that price range you're sitting at.
Yeah, somebody bought one the other day, and he was like, my buddy bought a Lancer, and same price point, and he's like, it's longer, so it's going to shoot farther. I'm like, no, that's not how it works, but here's how you have the advantage. That trigger, you're going to snap more shots off at him before he's going to be able to respond to it.
Is the word of the day.
Yeah, and so that electronic trigger control and that price point's a really good option. You've got other options. You've got the Raiders. The G&G Raiders are really great. Their new 2.0 line is pretty solid. The Elite Force CQC we carry, or the CQ...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, CQC. They're really fun, great options. They're in a polymer body as well. They're lighter for some of you younger guys out there or people who aren't quite used to the
Definitely stay
heaviness.
under the $200 range for your first rifle. That'd be safe.
Yeah.
Because you could get value over that price point, but as your first rifle, you may not appreciate a lot of the features that you would get with a rifle over $200. That's just friendly advice. You know, there's the brands that he just mentioned, the models he just mentioned, Classic Army. There's a lot of features under $200 that you'll be more than happy with.
I know you've been in the game for a lot longer than I have, and the amount of advancements.
It has changed. Yeah.
So your first gun, I know we talked about it on the last show, but for your first gun, would you pay $500, $600?
By the time it was all said and done, I was in it for about $700-800.
Yeah. And it didn't have all the features you have nowadays.
For that, you could get three top-of-the-line guns.
Yeah, and so, I mean, anything you buy now on the shelf is going to be pretty solid. There's a lot of features. There's a lot of things you can get. But, yeah, I think a good point is to be right in that $200 price point.
Yeah. I wouldn't go over that because a lot of the other features beyond that, even though they might be worth it, will be lost on you. It's like your first car. You wouldn't get a Ferrari because you wouldn't appreciate the things that Ferrari can do as opposed to Camaro or something.
And then at that price point too, you can start picking up like extra mags and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the things that you need.
So the most important thing is not the gun, but your iPro. That is a huge.
Don't skip on that.
Yeah, don't skip on the iPro. I have my Dye i3s that I love because they don't fog up. If you're getting a paintball mask, the Dye i4s. The Tipman new ones that they have with the lower mesh are really awesome. They haven't seen any fog.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Isn't that something kind of funny, right? Like you're a car guy, kind of, right? Are you a car guy?
Kind of.
Okay.
I know of them. They drive me around.
So this kind of floors me every time I hear it when somebody asks, "Hey, what's the cheapest tire I can get?"
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Like when I'm at auto parts store, I used to actually work in a parts department, and I know between service and parts and stuff like that, there's always people asking for the cheapest tire.
Go get a retread and hope that doesn't blow out.
Oh my goodness. And then it's just like, okay, this was the best explanation I hear. Sir, do you realize that you have four contact points from you sitting in a car to the road, and on the 4 contact points, you have maybe about a, what was it, like a 6-inch by 10-inch patch of rubber
wide, right,
keeping you on the road. Do you really want the cheapest tire that you can possibly get?
It's cheap, the number one,
Yeah.
It could be on the list, but it should be like way down here, right?
I mean, I understand people being like kind of tight on a budget, but that's your safety kind of situation. And so
if you put it in that terms, the guy's all like, yeah. And I remember the customer was saying, well, if you put it that way.
If you put it that way.
I'm surprised that I have to put it that way. Like you should already know that, right?
So same thing with iPro, too. It's like, what is the cheapest protection for my eyes?
Oh, yeah. Go buy the wire mesh goggles because they don't fog up. Yeah, when they shatter in your face. And
over the years, we've tested. So our policy here with iPro, like, we could usually recognize most iPro, but if we don't, whether they look like snowboard goggles, or one of the classic ones would be like, I don't know why people would want to use this anyways, but like the gas masks, right? Which are like just saunas, right? But there's like legitimate gas masks that are like tempered glass, which are fine. We test them, and there's others that are just plastic. And we always ask them if we're not sure. Hey, would you mind if we test them? Because meaning we're asking because it could break. Because otherwise we're not going to let you on the field. So we'll test it out, and they'll just shatter like you wouldn't believe. Like, see, we just saved your eyesight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised some of the things we see, like snowboard goggles. Well, their safety. Well, not for what we're doing.
Yeah.
No, snowboard goggles don't have to stop any kind of projectile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they might look cool when you're on the mountain, but
and they may look the same as far as the shape of them as tactical goggles.
Yeah, but they're not. And so, yeah, for me, I've gone through about 4 to 5 different sets of like goggles. And paintball masks and styles and stuff like that. And I probably spent maybe about $150 to $200 between those 5 before I finally said, you know what? If I just spent the $100 on the Dye I3s from the get-go,
I get right to the point instead of
So I've had the Dye I3s for almost 2 years now and love it. I actually just picked up the Valken models that are the thermal that we carry. And I'm going to try them out because they are a little bit different profile. I have for a different kind of loadout. I wanted that profile. So I'm like, maybe they'll work, but I don't know. Because I've been so like spoiled with my dye mask.
Know those work.
I know. I'm like, and we're getting into summertime, and this is the worst time for fogging. We will have the most incidents of people lifting that mask on the field, and we're blowing our whistles, yelling across the field, "Put your mask down! Put your mask down!" kind of thing. Because everyone buys the cheap and they fog up, and
or even on the flip side, sometimes they'll buy the real expensive military grade goggles. But they're meant to keep dust and everything out, so there's absolutely no airflow whatsoever. Yeah. So we always constantly tell them, you got to take some foam out of the top, at the bottom, get some,
Yeah, so best part about the Valken ones I just picked up, they come with 3 lenses, and they're all thermal lenses. They actually fit in my ESS military goggles, so I got thermal lenses for the ESS. They actually fit in the Lancer green ones that I had also.
They're probably all come from the same factory.
I have now 3 different frames with 3 different color tints, and and I'm like, I just got 3 goggles for the price of one. I'm like, I just hope they keep from fogging. That's my big thing, and so probably
there's different things
I'll
you could
know
do
in
with
a couple
thermal.
weeks. Yeah,
I mean, so goggle, info 101. Don't get thermal treated lenses. You get thermal lenses. Difference is thermal treated are just basically a coating that can wear off, get scratched, and sometimes even when they're brand new, don't even really keep from fogging. Yeah. And thermal lenses are basically dual panes with a seal in between, where there's basically a gap to regulate the temperature to keep it from fogging up. Go with a thermal lens, and you can always tell because you can see that there's usually a black seal along the edges of the lens that's sealing 2 lenses together.
I want to say also over the years too, that technology has gotten a lot better too, where it is less likely to kind of fog up. Also,
and the price point of that technology, as far as what you're able to, because it used to be you had to pay a premium for that. Now it's almost like standard. And how many times have I sold someone a goggles or a mask, and they come back and, man, this is fogging up, blah, 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 and I'll can I see your mask? And I'll look at it, and you're going to be just ecstatic, and watch this.
The plastic
and I'll take
film?
the inside liner out, right? And they're playing for like 3 hours like this, like I can't see a damn thing. And you peel it, and I go like, oh, like, oh my God! Nice. I thought these were like, this is awesome. And it's like it just totally blow their mind. But I said, don't worry about it. It's kind of like a common thing. But I enjoy like just flipping that switch in your head from all that, negativity to like, oh my God, this is awesome now. Yeah. I see why they're so expensive or why they're so good.
Yeah. They were worth every penny now, right?
Yeah, before, like, man, they're trying to, like, I can't keep fogging up. And, like, I'm like, what the hell? Oh, my God. Watch this. You'll love this. You ready for this? Watch this.
Doesn't that sticker say peel here on it?
Not all of them.
Not all really? Of them. Yeah, not all of them. They really do need to put a peel here, like, right in front of it.
I don't know if I've seen.
The dye ones don't.
Yeah.
No, the dye ones don't.
I think I've seen it before, but most of them don't.
Yeah, the dye ones I know for sure don't.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny to do that though. I always enjoy that.
Yeah,
especially a little kid, like they're so appreciative.
Yeah, when it clears
it's like they're blind, and all of a sudden you give them sight. It's that big of a deal. Like
another cheap way out too is just make a goggle that's like the F1 thing, but on the inside. So as they're driving along and they're open, cubbies.
Oh, yeah. So they just the motocross ones are the same way.
They tried that. They tried that in paintball, but like dumbasses, they didn't realize that guys were gonna start cheating. They get goggle shots with a hit, and they take it off. Oh, look,
I'm not hit.
It's like, yeah, they really think that one out too much.
Yeah, it was thought, but not well thought out. Yeah. Adrian comes in here saying we should have a Star Wars night, red versus green with tracer units. So have people running red BBs.
Nobody likes red though.
I know.
Something about the red BB, glow in the dark BBs is just
they don't have the same glow. Yeah. Maybe we can find a group of people that just want to play with red, and then we can just have them be the red team, and then we'll have a green team.
I was talking to a few guys, vendors, about possibly a different color BB as well.
Yeah. I've seen orange, red, and green. I haven't seen anything other than that.
I think because the other colors end up being too dark.
Yeah, kind of with the tracer unit and everything.
Maybe blue.
Blue.
Too dark, you think?
I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen it, so I couldn't say.
I'm trying to think of like
a royal blue.
Like
on the handle of that, like on that gun.
That we can't see on camera.
Or even that,
yeah. The blue.
That kind of blue.
Yeah, that blue. There you go.
There you go. Segue.
There you go. It's on camera now. See, we can see that blue. We do have another question here coming from Trojan 562. What's the cheapest and best tracer unit out there? Again, going to cheapest.
Usually, that's not in any industry. That's not to the.
Yeah.
I guess he's asking for two different tracers, maybe.
Yeah.
The X-Torque or the Ace Tech. Those two guys would be my top two tiers.
Bring my tracer unit by.
What is your tracer unit?
Downstairs?
I know. I gotta bring you one.
Damn. Wait, Classic Army has a tracer unit?
I can't fire you.
Oh man. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. When did that happen?
Yeah, there's all this tracer talk. I didn't realize that they were so popular. I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of them down.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know you had a tracer unit.
Tell us about your tracer unit.
Yeah.
What's your special?
It's a tracer unit.
Well, there you go.
I mean, so your tracer unit, it either works or it doesn't, right? That light when that BB passes through, it either flashes or it doesn't. Ours flashes
consistently,
flashes bright, and
easy to charge.
So
it's not rechargeable.
Okay.
So you just unscrew it, you pop out the center, you put batteries in it, pop it in.
So it is a rifle intended tracer unit.
It's about this long.
Yeah. Because the only problem we see with ones that have the batteries in it is that on certain pistols we see a barrel drag and then they don't actually engage.
Oh, you guys are putting them on pistols.
Yeah, so the technology has gotten that good now where with the newest ones out there, the G&G Owl, the Ace Tech lighter. They're rechargeable lithium.
And they're lighter.
They're about yay big.
There's another Ace Tech coming out for the rifle that's like...
That's the X-Torque, not who's the Chrono company? It's not X-Torque.
I thought it was Ace Tech.
No, Ace Tech doesn't have the small. That's that's
like the gray.
Yeah, that's the X-Torque or
okay, all right.
X-Core or something like that. They're other Chronos company.
Cortec.
Thank you. I was saying it wrong. Cortec. They're the ones coming out. Yeah, they're the ones coming out with that smaller one. That's pistol rifle as well. That's rechargeable. So. Rechargeable tracers. There's inside and rechargeable tracers.
I think there were talks building a tracer unit for the polymer.
So I'm just telling you right now, I think it's a thing. It's where things are going. Tracer units, glow-in-the-dark BBs. Hopefully, as more players get into this,
flashy.
As more vendors and manufacturers get in that space. Yeah. Hopefully, the price and technology for everybody, everything else, goes down and gets better and more accessible.
Man, hey, you want flashy? I'm gonna bring by a gun that'll use up a battery in one game. It's got lights and stuff.
That's flashy.
Mine has lights.
Flash the pan.
Yeah, he knows my Star Wars blaster. It has red lights inside of it as well.
Have some mood lights in the rail and stuff.
So mine are in the rail. I got some red lights in the rail. What I'm doing right now on my next one is I'm actually building it to be on the trigger. So every time you pull the trigger, the lights, LEDs inside actually spark up, so it looks like a laser blast.
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so awesome.
I'm gonna make a gun that each BB that fires out, it'll change the shade of the color.
Yeah.
Kind of like those gaming computers with the RGB lighting, but it'll switch a lot faster.
Hey man, the LED technology has gone down way cheap now, so you can do some cool
stuff.
Good
if you got shot out in the first 5 minutes.
No, but it looks cool in the dead box. That's all that matters, sonny.
It'll be protected and hidden inside the rails and stuff like that. Yeah. But hey, you go into the field and play one game, you got to switch out the batteries.
Yeah, because it just drains it all down
in the dead box.
Trojan 562 also asks, is there a way to put tracer units inside a gun? Yes, there is. I know a couple people commented saying they're tracer unit magazines. That's a thing as well. But there's a couple hop-up companies that actually build hop-up units that put LED into them. And then there is a lot of modifications that people do to hop-up units that put the LED, the infrared LEDs, in the hop-up unit itself. Now, you have to run the wiring. You have to run the battery. You can do it a bunch of different ways. Have you done that in the past, or all the tech stuff you do? So.
I remember the last time I messed with a tracer unit that was installed to a hop-up was Mad Bull's hop-up unit, because they actually made a tracer thing
that attached to it. Yeah,
it didn't work very well.
Yeah,
because the little window where the light was supposed to go through, it literally lit up like a quarter of the BB that showed through. It doesn't work very well. Yeah, anything that goes through the hop-up unit and that light shines, it'll only really pick up
portion of it,
so much.
Portion of the BB instead of the BB flying through like a chamber, and there's
the whole
lights.
BB.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And so I'm
same thing with the magazine things.
The magazines don't seem to work as well, because I think the biggest issue is the LED they're using is not enough power to keep them while they are feeding up your mag and kind of giving it enough glow to it.
Because I don't think the last magazine tracer unit thingy that I had experience with was a GMP unit. I don't think it was bright enough, so it didn't light up.
Yeah,
it didn't charge the.
So the concept is right. Is they didn't have enough.
I've been very tempted to take EPM mag and figure out a way to put like a super bright LED inside of that, because they're clear body, and so just leave it on all the time and see if it's just charging. Just charging the light or the glow while they're sitting inside of that clear internal.
But then back then, when I was messing with that magazine, the LED technology wasn't.
Yeah, everything's evolving.
It's evolving, so we might see a rendition of those come back around with better LEDs as well. Classic Army, maybe you'll come up with a tracer magazine, maybe. No.
That would be the easiest way to get
it would be it's the most universal way too. So we actually had a tracer event put on by Evike at HSP, and the problem that we ran into is there were still people coming to the event with orange tips that weren't unthreaded, so they couldn't put their tracers on. They didn't know that they didn't understand the concept of how it threaded on or anything. Then there was also the positive thread guns that they all had negative threads, so there was none of those adapted. So you had a good maybe percentage, like 30% of the people couldn't play with tracers because there was no way to attach it to their gun. So if there was something that I could take a magazine and go from gun to gun would be really nice, and not have to change a tracer, it would also save me. Now, I know some of the tracer magazines can get a little pricey, and if you're carrying multiple magazines, it can get to the same price as some of these high-end tracer units.
As this gets more popular, hopefully those price points start dropping.
Yeah,
everybody can get into that game.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
And so I did have
it picks up, and that's a possibility.
I mean, 4 years ago they were pretty damn expensive, and there were only a few players that were making them.
Dude, Freddie just said, when are we going to sell bacon wrap hot dogs? And I'm hungry, and that sounded really good right now. A bacon wrap hot dog. Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I heard food.
You know what? From the last time to right now, I decided I need to go back on my diet.
So. Oh no! So you can't do the bacon. Well, wait, hold on. The bacon wrap diet. So the latest diet is the keto diet, which it's all meat, right? The bacon
bread.
And no bread. Just eat your bacon and your hot dog.
No, man, I got all kinds of issues. Yeah, if it's not one, it's the other.
One of our employees is on that diet, and he's just Joe. And
is he on keto?
Yeah, so for his birthday, I brought him meatballs. Just dry meatballs for his birthday instead of a cake. Yeah,
bacon, man.
Bacon, and all it is it's just fats, meats, and like some cheese. Yeah,
eggs.
I tried that diet. It caused me problems.
Yeah,
I probably didn't do it right.
But the problem is that people put all kinds of crap on top of that, dip it in this.
Well, I mean,
it's like, I eat salads. Well, what do you put on salad? Oh, I put ranch dressing. I put cheese. Oh my God. So it's.
Yeah, my easiest way out is to eat like a rabbit or eat very little.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't do either.
Yeah, I know. This will probably last about. I'll lose about 30 pounds or so.
Oh, I mean that's better than nothing. Yeah, that's really good.
I'll turn it around and start eating like a pig. And it's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah, just kind of
fluctuate.
Go back and forth. Yeah, so God damn you, Freddie, for putting that there. And then you should do a raffle for the gun on the table. Well, the gun's a prototype, so can't raffle it off, but you definitely, if you want to,
when they release in the future,
maybe have some kind of event down here that we can do something.
Possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, I want to talk about the minigun because we finally got it up, wired, and everything, and I'm going to show you when we get off the show.
I heard.
It is amazing on the field. It is so much fun.
It was so funny. So Saturday we were playing with it in the event. So we had the SEALs we handpicked 10 people to play with the SEALs the first game. I think it was like I don't know, with them it was like 14 on like 25 or 30, whatever. And so they manned we had one of the players playing with the SEALs, not the SEALs, manning the microgun at the beginning. It was like 3-2-1 game on. He's up there going, and also when the other team came closer and they saw them start shooting at, it was like this, and it was like this, and then he just got away from it completely, walked off the platform. They didn't realize it was gonna be a magnet of fire, a hail of fire coming this way. It was so funny. He was like, "Oh yeah, bring it on!"
Yeah,
this number.
I jammed up onto our jungle gym with it, and I just tucked in the corner and waited, and because it was like a 30-second before we turned it on, and then the ref on the tower saw me tucked in corner, and he just hit the remote, and I go, yes! And I jumped on, and everyone's head just ducked. And
that could be a strategy, too. It's like you just get it kind of pointing in the right direction. You wait for your moments. You kind of peek through, see when they get into the field of fire, and pop up.
Well, there's a corner of our jungle gym where you stay low enough, no one knows you're up there. So I kind of crawled my way up there, stayed low, and just waited for it.
I got some devious ideas right now. For the next one, I got some good ones.
Yeah, so we'll be going live with it again probably tomorrow and through the weekend. We were gonna do it today for Pistol Shotgun Night, but we're kind of like
it's a little too much for the.
I don't know for a Pistol Shotgun Night if it's the best.
I kind of want to like grab some servos and stuff and kind of like attach them to whatever you guys have set up with a camera and like a drone camera or something like that, and I'll just be like,
somewhere else.
Maybe the next event I'll be at my booth, right? Like, they're playing a game.
Yeah.
So
just turn on the camera and just be like,
I have
these guys don't know that this gun is in play and it's on,
automatic.
I have a gimbal. I have a remote control. I have the capabilities of doing this.
Okay, so here's another idea. Like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to be manned right then and there.
Yeah.
So what if we were to mount it like from the ceiling somewhere?
Up high and just
right? Because they're not allowed to shoot it. It doesn't do any good to shoot it.
Yeah.
But it could shoot you.
Yeah.
Like the eye in the sky kind of thing.
It's doable.
And maybe something engages it where we're seeing if a certain team gets to a certain point, all of a sudden that's like the next layer of defense.
Yeah.
So
somebody gets too cocky. So somebody turns into Superman or something like that.
We're just gonna have automated miniguns on the field. No one's gonna want to run around on the field at all.
There's like attacking offenders. There's only a handful of guys that are on the team with a microgun, and the opposing team outnumbers them, and they get to a certain point, and the defending team can use like 2 lifelines or whatever. Like, okay, hit it now. And I got.
Here's what you do. You got some people sitting in the staging area with the remote control, and we charge them $5 a minute to be able to play.
They probably shoot the staff and the refs.
We still have the cutoff for them. We can still cut them off.
But if you haven't seen it in action yet, we do have a video of it on our Facebook page.
On our Facebook page, available there, and then you guys can come down to the field all summer long. That thing's going to be up and running. Yeah, it's so much fun. So much fun to play with.
Hardest part is just having to reload it because so many BBs so
many
fast.
BBs through it. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. We're getting close. We got about 5 minutes left in the show here, guys. And then I got to see if we had any other. Nope, that just went away. We had no other questions really coming in on the live over there on Instagram. And any of you guys, let's see. Are you guys going to make a Tax City patch to rep at other fields, Derek? What do you... give me a patch so we can... they're $2 in the pro shop, dude.
What fields did you go to?
Yeah, what fields, Freddie, are you running out to? But the patch is down there. And then I know you've taken patches down to Evike's patch wall and put some stuff up there.
Yeah, but they don't have a patch wall anymore.
Oh, they took that down. Oh,
no.
Bummer.
Because apparently people were taking patches and not putting patches on the wall.
I was getting abused.
Kinda,
that's a bummer.
Just a few people ruin it for everyone.
I know
You're
you've done that a couple times.
I saw that over there.
It was like right next to Harry's
right after
office.
SHOT Show.
Yeah. But I think it went away. I don't know how
kind of got abused, so yeah. I know it's very popular at SHOT shows and those kind of events to like do trading and that kind of stuff.
But people are there watching it. Apparently, if you're not monitoring, people take advantage.
Yeah, I get it. It's understandable. One
so
bad apple
what
ruins
happens? Like all the patches end up disappearing, or
yeah, because you're supposed to take a patch, put a patch down on, and take one.
So somebody grabs 5 patches, leaves one patch or something, or they don't put anything on and grab a patch.
Well, if the patch wall just ends up empty, then it just ends up empty.
Well, it's not supposed to be empty. It's supposed to
be concentrated.
Yeah, I know. So you put a big old sign there. Hey, you guys, the patch wall's empty. You guys are a bunch of a-holes.
Follow the
effing rules, right?
Yeah.
I like your mentality there, Frank.
Sign evic, that's good marketing.
Yeah, they say Miguel comes in, tower defense, 5 minutes in the tower with a minigun against the rest of the people. So we've talked about tower defense where we put about maybe 5 to 10 people in the jungle gym, and one of their things is the sub. So we're actually building a second compound on the far side to kind of combat, like a mini compound. It has some elevation points to it, but not to the same level as the jungle. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to be doing. We've been talking, me and Jim, about kind of how we want field layouts for the backside. Our front side is always going to have the Speed QB kind of feel to it because of our Speed QB events. But the backside, we've got a lot of things that are coming forward that we're doing some cool stuff.
So the van, by the end of the summer, is going to look like a tactical SWAT vehicle.
I know we're still working on that design. I know that's the difficult part, is getting everything to wrap and look right on a van. So it's still coming. If Derek grows a beard, does he get a raise? No, this is just me being lazy for a week. Not
you don't call that a beard, do you?
No, I grow in patches horribly. No, this is just me getting late nights of sleep and early mornings of work and not feeling like shaving in the morning. Where can I find an MP5 GBR? Not doable.
MP5, wow.
Yeah, as of right now, you have to import them.
You would have to smuggle one.
Yeah, you have to.
VFC had one, didn't they?
VFC
had one for a while.
The Galaxy, the JG Galaxy had the MP5K for a while.
I remember that.
Yeah,
those are cool, but leaked horribly. The magazine sucked so bad. I wanted one for the longest time. Yeah.
I remember those. I actually remember those.
I'm bringing back memories for you. You're having flashbacks of this horrible
Galaxy MP5s.
Those were not good memories.
No, they were not. They were horrible memories. They were not good guns. But yeah, so. Or a VFC G36, those aren't available anymore.
I have those too.
I think I was actually here when we sold our last one. It was up here for a long time. Somebody walked in and just like, how do you have this? It's like, it's been sitting here forever.
I know.
He's like, I'm
things we have there. People like, what do you have?
Smuggle that thing in? Or?
No, it was
a while ago,
before ban and everything. Like, it was just one of those situations that it stayed. No one bought it. Everyone was kind of like, it's a G36. It's a gas blowback. They didn't feel like they wanted to spend the money for it. The guy got a really good deal because it was sitting up here for so long.
We had a UMP as well. Gas blowback.
VFC one?
Nick asked, why do we have to import it? Is because of legalities. You have licensing fees.
You don't have to import it. You have to smuggle it.
Well,
it's not
imported.
Send your mail to
I claim no responsibility for that information.
Yeah, we are not responsible for Frank's comments here. It's one of those things. The same thing with
have your attorney reach Frank at.
No. Don't reach me. So I am not available.
H&K is licensed by Elite Force and Umarex. So any H&K gun, they are going to be the ones that you have to get it through. That's where the Glock, they got the licensing for the Glock, and so they're the only ones that have a Glock. Any other Glock sold in America that's not a Umarex is technically illegal.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly. Technically illegal.
It's a fake.
It's a fake.
Unofficially illegal.
Yeah,
technically and officially.
Yeah, and so Instagram's got the hour done. They're done. We got
Facebook's
a little bit. We started a minute early over there for them. Facebook, we got you for a couple more minutes. How can they learn more about this guy coming out from you here, Frank? What's the website where they can reach out or social media?
Actually, that's Facebook and Instagram.
Perfect.
It's Classic Army USA, yeah. And then whatever show or field that I make it out to.
And so the X9 guys, we're hoping midsummer, July time frame on that. If all goes well with the shipment and everything that way,
maybe we have a little mini launch or something.
Yeah, maybe a little mini launch here at the event. But thank you guys for joining us here on Tax City Live, episode 79. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said 59. 79. But definitely join us next week. We'll be talking more Airsoft, guys. Thanks for joining us, guys. See you guys next week.
See ya.
See ya.